So I got quite a bit of editing done it's making me feel really relieved. So I'm kind of in I suppose a celebratory mood. So I'm feeling like it's a gold kind of day. So I picked some cards that were like gold. Man, this lighting. Let me just, I gotta do something about that. Whatever. It is what it is. I've got some gold cards here. Got this guy. Got the gold foil tarot. Plant spirit messages. And then Mystic Manifesting Oracle deck. Kind of got a gold. Two of those are not gold. I'm just feeling it, I guess. The Magician. Yeah, let's see if we can get that. I'll take that. See if we get that popping out again. Just maybe want one card here. Just want to go with one card. Just get things started here. These cards are so slippery. I used to play with these out at the pool. Okay, we've got the Fool. Fool popping right out. About to take a leap of faith. Today's the day for me. Sort of. In my mind, it's marking the beginning of the new direction of this channel. I'm about to upload several videos. I kind of want to be caught up. I have stuff ready, but I kind of want to be more current. I'm maybe like 5 or 6 videos in, and I don't know that that's the way I want to go. I think I'd rather do something that's closer to right now than that. But anyway, I had been waiting until the time felt right for me, and I think that's today. Here are the birds. Heart of nature. You are a part of all that grows. Let love connect you to the living world. Its pulse beats within your heart. I have a candle burning right here, right under you. I have a brown candle here. Right there. And I also have I have my tiger's eye with me today. It's really quite beautiful. This is the card that's on the case. Pathway Beyond. Release what no longer serves you and step into the unknown. I am open to new things. We certainly are stepping into the unknown. And one more here. Middle. Protection, boundaries, vital energy. Where are your boundaries asking to be respected or reinforced? I don't at all feel like it's a coincidence that I went with the gold today. I mean, I chose it because I was feeling that. And today is the day that I'm going to start sharing this journey. I have other things posted, but it doesn't really seem to matter. Like in my mind, today is like a mile marker in like maybe it's not necessarily about what I posted. It's about my commitment to my path. In this card here, it says, "Heart of nature, you are part of all that grows," and the fact that I'm committing my life to growth over the next year and committing to sharing that. Let love connect you to the living world. Its pulse beats within your heart. I think that reflects what's happening here in my life. Pathway beyond. Release what no longer serves you and step into the unknown. I'm open to new things. Well, what's no longer serving me? Well, the shadow aspect that I've really been battling over the last week, it's growing. It's like this monster that's getting bigger and bigger, trying to intimidate me, trying to talk me out of this path. And it's not serving me. I've been winning that battle, but it's been challenging. I think, yeah, actually, you could look at that as a boundary issue. Lately, what I have been trying, lately meaning like the last 3 days here, I've decided to give my shadow a face because it has been so destructive, and it's really putting up a fight right now. And I just thought if I had a face to it, it wouldn't feel like it was me. It wouldn't feel like it was my intuition. Like all of those negative thoughts, all that destructive energy of trying to deter me from going down this path or from growing, all of that energy that's trying to stop me from growing as a human being. I decided that if I gave it a face of someone that I thought represented that energy, it would be easier for me to not give any of that weight. And I mean, you can pick whoever you want. I don't really want to get into sharing like whose face I put to it, but you could put a politician's face to it. You could put, somebody in your life that you don't respect at all. Like you could put their face to it, just so that it helps you create that boundary within yourself, saying, no, this isn't who I am. These are thoughts that I'm having. These are things that I'm hearing, but it's not me. It's not who I am. And that has really been helpful for me. And I have been thinking a lot about boundaries, my own boundaries in doing this, and how I'm going to decide what I feel comfortable sharing, what I don't feel comfortable sharing. It's definitely helpful that this isn't live and I can play it back, and I have time, as much time as I want, to reflect on whatever the topic is before I do share. I feel that I have had a lot of protection in my life from spiritual energies, not from definitely not from people. Definitely not from people. I think I'd like to pull another row of these cards here. Yeah, I'd like another row. You have the Eight of Swords here. this person feels trapped by their own mental barriers, false beliefs. They feel trapped by their false beliefs, which ties back to this release what no longer serves you card. Roots of ancients. You are never alone. The strength of those before you flows through your veins. Stand tall in their wisdom. Yeah, this goes along with that protection that I've felt. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I didn't feel it. Looking back, I can see it. I feel it now, but most of my life I couldn't feel it. I wasn't aware of it, and it wasn't until I felt safe enough in my life to stop running and actually take a look back. That's when I saw it. This also makes me think of, I suppose sort of obvious, but it makes me think of a lineage. And I can't help but wonder if the people that I saw in that memory of that soul contract was just the people at my table. Perhaps they were family. They were people from my lineage, and we were coming back to sort things out for our family. Because I don't think that my table of people was the only table of people. I feel like it was like, in groups of people. I feel like that makes more sense. But the rest of everything, like there was no other part. That's not my memory. Like my memory is just that table of people, but it makes sense to me that that was just the table that I was sitting at. Because I think there's a lot of people, like millions of people who are here for a reason. And I can't help but wonder if the people that I saw in that memory of that soul contract was just the people at my table. Perhaps they were family. They were people from my lineage, and we were coming back to sort things out for our family. Because I don't think that my table of people was the only table of people. I feel like it was like, in groups of people. I feel like that makes more sense. But the rest of everything, like there was no other part. That's not my memory. Like my memory is just that table of people, but it makes sense to me that that was just the table that I was sitting at. Because I think there's a lot of people, like millions of people who are here for a reason. I feel guided to share this dream that I had. And I was so curious about whether or not I might be a star seed that I asked to dream about this. And this dream doesn't necessarily suggest that I was one, but I wanted to know if I had family somewhere else. I wanted to know if I had family out there that was no longer here, or that was never here, that was watching me. And the dream that I had was I was standing over this like little like RC car, and I was like hooked up to it like in a virtual reality headset. And so I was being the person in the car driving. And the people that were standing around, like the big version of me, like not the one in the car, but there was other people standing around me, and they were watching me play this game as if they're watching me live this life. And I woke up and I immediately started laughing because something that happened in the dream was I crashed this car and I flipped a couple of times, and then I landed back on the wheels and kept going. And one of them turned to the other one and said, "I've never seen anybody do it like that before." But I woke up thinking, okay, I have a team, family, or, maybe it's not the kind of family that we think of here, but I do have a team that's watching me and that is, probably laughing at how I've chosen to go about carrying out my soul contract. Yeah, I woke up laughing to that. That was just a few months ago that happened, that I had that dream. Rhythm of Life. What a beautiful card. These cards are so beautiful. Like a spiral of galaxies in the sky. Feel manifestation as a sacred dance with the universe. I move in time with spirit. It is sort of a dance. Moving in tandem. I pulled this card because my attention is supposed to be drawn to what I'm manifesting now, because I just thought, what am I manifesting now? And nothing immediately came to mind outside of, I suppose it is a big manifestation, even though it doesn't feel like it. Because I had been so focused on manifesting my freedom and, all of my personal power back. And now that I feel I've gotten, for the most part, I've gotten it, and whatever is left to come will come. It's on its way. I am manifesting something. I suppose I just haven't put it into words yet. I haven't spoken it out into the ethers. I think I'm manifesting for a path to unfold in front of me that I can pave, that will further set me free and help other people find freedom. I just felt like this. Yeah, I need to share that. It seems obvious that I'm also manifesting my tribe of people who have a desire to embark on this sort of journey. And the reason that I had this pullback was because I just spent so much of my life not feeling like I don't need anybody else. I don't want anybody else, but that's not true. Yeah, old habits. But that's okay. As long as we acknowledge that, just because I had that initial reaction doesn't mean I have to give it weight. It doesn't mean that I'm still the person who doesn't want to connect with people. It just means that me still exists on another timeline. I still have connections to that part of my life. In some ways, actually, I think could be beneficial that I can still feel previous selves. I mean, it's muted, but it allows me to have a lot more empathy for people who are where I have been in the past. I know a lot of people who are just like, have this attitude of, I've outgrown that, but it comes out as I've outgrown you. And that's kind of gross. That's a gross feeling. That person isn't accepting who they used to be. They're not even respecting their own journey. Perhaps somebody watching is feeling that energy from somebody, and they need not take that personally. That is a reflection of how that person feels about where they came from and not where you are. I'm trying really hard to accept accept my ability to channel information. I'm trying. Peony. Abundance, elegance, receptivity. Can you soften and receive without needing to prove your worth? That is definitely challenging for me. It's definitely challenging for me. My relationship with my stepfather constantly put me in a position where I had to be worthless. I had to be worth less than him. Even my relationship with my mother too, actually. That's not the same. I don't mean that in the same way, actually. I think my mother's anxiety impacted me far more than I probably even still realize. It was a desire to manage that anxiety that made everything else take a back seat. Like, that had to be the priority. At least that's how I felt. But that is not, in my mind, that is not the same energy as the energy coming toward me of, I don't feel good about myself, so you have to feel worse about yourself than I feel. Like, it's completely two separate, those adults in my life, they have a similar effect in terms of me feeling like I wasn't allowed to matter, but they're kind of coming from two very different angles. Ooh, I'm feeling a little unsettled right now. Just talking about my mother who I live with and who I have a much, much better relationship with now. I'm feeling fear in just like bringing up my relationship with her. And I don't know this. I'm trying not to put this on her, but I have a fear that I'm not allowed to speak my truth because it might make her feel bad. And that is definitely something that is no longer serving me. I can't put everyone else first. I can't put anyone else first. That's part of the reason that I am not looking for a romantic relationship, because I have no interest in compromising at the moment. Zero F's to give about compromising. It's not because I don't want to have somebody in my life. It's because I am in a place where I am needing to fully put myself first, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm learning how to do that. And it's not a good time to invite that in, I don't think. But once I get settled in this self-care and self-respect and place where I can prioritize my needs over other people's wants, at that point, then I might be ready to seek something like that out. Let's see here. If that were to cause an issue, if me talking about my life and sharing my experience of my life caused a problem, if somebody in my life had a problem with that, there would be a huge boundary issue there, I think. And I think that both of us could potentially, and maybe it wouldn't be my mother, maybe it'd be somebody else. That's kind of irrelevant to my point. I feel like both of us would have this idea that we needed to protect our own boundaries. Like, I imagine somebody else being like, hey, don't talk about me. But, you know, nobody knows who they are. And also, it's my life experience. And if you don't like the way that you treated me, maybe you shouldn't have treated me that way. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? And me trying to prioritize that other person's comfort and allowing them to run from their own choices is not me respecting myself or my boundaries. That is definitely a problem that I've had in my romantic relationships, where I've hidden the poor behavior and the mistreatment of my partner because I didn't want them to be embarrassed by their own behavior, and it was at my expense. That I regret so much. But I did that over and over and over again. Yeah, I was really stuck in this fake stuckness. Like, I just needed to, these swords, they represent thoughts and beliefs. Like, imagine these swords as beliefs. I just needed to take one out of the ground, look at it, and realize it wasn't serving me, toss it aside, and I could just walk right through there. I needn't be trapped. There was no need for it. It's similar to how we feel trapped in society. I feel like we're all, like, as a collective, the world is in this space. And we need to take off the blindfold. We need to shed those limiting beliefs. We need to release what no longer serves us. I'm not giving anyone advice about finances or legal anything, or it's just a point of discussion, just something to think about, thinking about how the government taxes, they tax us to barter. I'm not allowed to make a loaf of bread and share it with my neighbor and then them give me some of their zucchini because the government wants to step in and charge us to exist. And we agreed to let them do that. We still, every time we pay them, we agree to let them do that. We keep the blindfold on. We stay stuck with the barrier of swords around us. We're all afraid to be the first one to walk away. That's how it felt when I left my job. I mean, there's plenty of people who have done things like that before me, but I was the first one in my life to walk away and to say no more. I will not participate in this anymore in any way that I don't have to. And that was my way. I found a way for me to rebel against all of that oppressive control. I think I'm just going to take another card here. Actually, two. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take two cards. To kind of close this out. I'm getting ready to be eating some breakfast. I think I'm going to make breakfast burrito. Okay, Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is definitely about boundaries in the sense that the giver needs to make sure they are taken care of and they're taking care of themselves before they extend. But it could also be a reference to the universe meeting me halfway in my manifestation. But it could also steady effort again. So these cards are connecting for me. Having enough abundance to offer others a hand up, and also being willing to be receptive to that hand when I am in a position of need. Being willing to accept the universe's hand up and not trying to force my path the whole way, but allowing the universe to carve the other half of that and meet me halfway. And then I have this card again. I feel like I've gotten this a couple times recently. Steady effort. As you move forward, you find resources and rewards await you. I take one step at a time. Yeah, the universe is providing me with what I need when I need it. And that is becoming abundantly clear to me. Everything comes in perfect timing for me. Everything comes in perfect timing for you, even if you don't realize it. Sometimes it's a hard lesson that I'm not thrilled about. And in the moment, it doesn't feel like something that's necessary. But then before I know it, another situation will arise, and I'm so glad I learned that lesson just before. I'm running into someone who has the information that you need right when you need it. That sort of thing happens to me all the time. I think it happens to all of us all the time. We're just not always looking. We're just not looking for it. We're not paying attention to it. Yeah. It's about removing the blindfold. I spent a lot of my life with a blindfold on. Not seeing. Not seeing the support, the protection around me, not seeing it. It didn't look the way I expected to, probably. That played into it. It didn't look like another person, and I also didn't believe in anything. I didn't believe in anything except misery here on this planet. So that's all I could see. But anyway, today is a big day for me. And hopefully for you. Hopefully my channel will help you make sense of something you were going through. Or maybe it will help you reestablish a sense of connection to people who are like you, so you don't feel lost in all the darkness that's everywhere. It's a big day. I hope you enjoy it.